Welcome back.
Welcome
back. It's another one.
Freaking back.
Clucking video game
Mother
talk
clucking gamers.
This
is the ultimate epic gaming talk show brought to you
God.
from a nearby radio tower. Maybe.
All right.
We're memory leak.
It's memory leak. Ben's brain is leaking on the floor and his urine is leaking on the fucking, I don't know what I'm talking about.
My name's Benjamin Zeta Flare 2 Benjamin.
What the fuck? No. My name is Geron, Carrington Institute Geron. Okay. All right, what are we fucking talking about today? The Xbox.
We're keeping this ball rolling. It's fucking announcement season.
Xbox.
Let's go. We did Games Fest.
PlayStation.
State of Play. Now we're moving right along to
Xbox.
Microfono Soft.
Xbox Game Studios. Microsoft. Xbox.
Microphone Soft.
And all they had to talk about was closing studios, and I was pissed as shit. No, that's not true.
No, they finally had something to show.
Crazy enough, I was actually invested in watching this show. One, because I have friends who work for them. Two,
and your friends had some good shit.
Yeah, for real, genuinely. And two, they just, they've had a lot of bad news lately. So I was wondering, what are they going to do? What are they going to show us? What are they going to present? In light of that recent bad news. And they had stuff to show. Like, so far, of the presentations I've seen, theirs was actually the most exciting in my opinion.
No, yeah, for
which
sure.
is crazy. I considered buying a Z-Box.
That's kind of how it goes, though.
Remember my PC is fine.
For everybody else, 2024 is kind of like the hangover year.
Yeah. Like I was saying in the chat,
it hasn't been that slow, to be honest. There's been good shit.
It hasn't been slow. I think the expected
stable.
big stuff, big stuff. The expected big stuff is not really present, but there are still surprises.
I mean, that being said, 2025 is going to be fucking insane.
Yeah, 2025 and
with the
2026
shit they
are going to be
announced,
completely
fucking GTA 6 is going to be coming. Fucking Switch 2,
maybe. By then we'll have the new one.
2025 is definitely going to come out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah. Next year is going to be fucked up. But anyway, Microsoft. Let's go down the list, shall we? First off, motherfucking series revival after 20 fucking years.
Which one is this at the top of the list on that? On the thing you're looking at? Yeah, because they didn't show it first.
No, I'm just
you just going with the list.
I'm just looking.
Okay, check it out. Perfect Dark. They revealed that shit in like 2021 or something like that.
And she had a Giga Chad chin.
Oh my god! I didn't even want to fucking talk about that dumb bullshit.
No, we had to.
She looks exactly the way she's supposed to in this new fucking game. I cannot believe any fucking dweeb ass gamer is like, what? They're taking away our sexy women. Oh, nigga. I mean,
holy shit.
Oh, man. Okay. Please, Pedro, do what you want with that word. Do what you should with that word. You know what I mean? Just blank it out.
Here's the thing. If you say it, but he leaves it in, is that like he said it?
Yes.
All right. That's what
it's exactly like he said it.
That's what I thought.
So check it out. Perfect Dark. Reboot, reviving the series, reviving the series. It's only 3 games right now, but reviving that IP. No, it doesn't look like Rare has anything to do with it. The studio that's working on it is called The Initiative, and Crystal Dynamics, who made fucking Tomb Raider
and Marvel Avengers. Yeah,
but we don't need to talk about that fucking game. They know that game was ass. But look, new game looks good, sounds good. The gameplay is still focused on the futuristic spy shit. It takes place in Egypt, at least. At the very least.
I feel like I had trouble understanding what the gameplay was. It felt very prototypey.
Yeah, what they showed us
pre-alpha.
Was absolutely the all the vertical slice they could show us was
it seems here's the vision. The end product might look totally different.
Yeah. Like the shooting, whatever they have for the shooting, it looks like it's going to be good.
Yeah.
It looks like the gameplay doesn't look like it'll play anything like the N64 game, but it does feel like they did play that game. Whereas
I would hope so.
I mean, but where in the The shooting looks like it has some kind of lock-on mechanic to it.
That's fine.
In the original game was very auto aim dependent,
exactly.
so that you could move. It was
Yeah,
about moving.
right.
Like it and GoldenEye are about moving. And this game obviously has movement and has like Mirror's Edge style parkour, running and jumping around the environments, and some melee stuff where melee enemies and shoot and shit, which the game on the N64 kind of had. It had some mechanics like that, like your unarmed attack. You always had a secondary fire option in that game, and your unarmed attack, your secondary fire was disarming. It would make the enemy drop their weapon. It's like, oh, that's actually cool. They're probably integrating
like almost
MGS
like.
Yeah, sort of.
It did feel like they were trying to do something different from a standard FPS at the time.
Yeah,
which is honorable.
Like Perfect Dark is still an objective based shooting game, and there's a lot of shooting you do in it, but like it's not the main thing. It's not the only thing, I should say. And we've had a lot of games like that since that are in first person, and we have modernized controls and everything. But I think this game, at the very least, it'll be at least like an 8 out of 10 game, where it does everything pretty well.
Yeah.
And it'll be fun to go through once or twice. Hopefully there's a speed run style element to make the game replayable like the original game was.
That feels like the key, is that it needs to be replayable for however they design that in.
Yeah, I don't need open world or anything. I just need open like structure missions, like
like a lot of different ways to solve it.
Yeah, let me kind of like the way Hitman is, where you have an objective and there's a bunch of different ways to deal with it.
Right.
Let me do that in this game, and I'm happy.
Yeah, a few different mechanics.
Yeah,
few different systems to engage in that let you kind of like go all offense or all stealth or whatever it is.
Exactly. I don't need as crazy as it's going to sound. I don't need a multiplayer mode. Co-op would be great.
N64 Perfect Dark did have multiplayer.
N64 had a very significant multiplayer mode.
Where I feel like I played that a lot.
Combat simulator thing where you play against bots with different objectives.
Yeah,
and missions.
That's right.
There was the multiplayer which was fully customizable. You could have up to 8 bots and then 4 players.
That's right.
Or simulants they called them. Any weapon set, all the maps, blah blah blah.
The fucking Farsight.
The fucking Farsight. You could edit rules. So
I really liked
game types.
Thinking about Farsight and thinking about the fucking funny alien man. Like that game embraced the absurd.
Yeah.
The game's weird as shit. It's kind of funny, but also fucked up.
It's funny it's funny in like a not funny way.
Yeah,
it's like it's trying
not supposed to be.
Yeah. No. It's supposed to be, but when it's trying to be funny, it's like bad at it.
Yeah.
So it ends up rolling over to being kind of funny.
Right.
It's like, God.
Like eye roll chuckle kind of funny.
Exactly.
No, but it's like fucking Farsight. Like, how many FPS games let you shoot through fucking walls?
Shoot through walls with lock on. It's lock on, X-ray vision, and shooting through the walls.
The first FPS comedy game.
Yeah, fucking that weapon was designed to solve a problem and created the problem it was trying to solve, which was eliminating campers.
It was very funny.
Don't let people camp in corners and spots. But in the end,
that's all you have to do when you have the Farsight.
That's all you have to do. Like once you get
you never have to move again.
Yeah. But so that game.
But what
that
about?
Game I'm excited about.
No, but hold up. What about Perfect Dark Zero?
Perfect Dark Zero.
I never fucking touched Perfect Dark Zero, and I would like to hear your take on it.
I personally liked it when it came out in 2005. 2005 was 19 years ago. Playing it more recently
Xbox 360.
for the Xbox 360 launch specifically. Nowadays, it's pretty rough. The controls are very, very laggy.
Oh shit!
Very, very laggy and very imprecise. At the time, for some reason, I dealt with it because the crosshair has a little circle in it that expands, and when you have handguns, the circle is so small that it may as well be a fucking pee hole. And it feels good to get headshots in that game in the multiplayer, but with modernizations with the way controls work in console shooters.
Was it twin stick?
It's hard to go back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it plays like the controls are basically Halo.
That's what I was. Yeah. I assumed that at that point they probably like didn't know how to give it its own identity, and Halo was too popular for them to not do a Halo clone.
Especially being on the. And the game was originally being made for the GameCube.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah, I think there's some artwork from its GameCube days, but it had a cartoony art style and everything.
That's
weird.
True. Dude, when people compare the Perfect Dark Zero model to the fucking new model.
It's so ridiculous.
Makes me go crazy.
It's like you really
Makes
were
me live in
yanking
La
it.
Vida Loco.
You were yanking it to that fucking 2005 ass thing. Like,
fucking.
are you kidding me?
Fucking X-Men Last Stand Jean
Fucking
Grey.
Jean Grey, okay.
Actually, I guess it was X2 is when she had the short hair. But
What? Shit. Yeah, I guess so.
I think
yeah.
it was X2.
Either way, like it's ridiculous. It's just a ridiculous thing. I don't even want to talk about that shit.
Mm.
But look, Perfect Dark on the N64 fucking rules.
We probably need that shit on Switch Online.
With
the online multiplayer, that'd be pretty fucking nice.
If Nintendo does the presentation and then like, oh, we got some Nintendo.
That was
Switch
rare
Online.
too, right?
That was rare. Yes.
Both that and GoldenEye were
both
rare.
that
right?
and GoldenEye were rare. They're both in the
pretty funny.
same game engine and everything. To
Pretty
the point where I've mentioned it before in Smash Bros. Melee, the cloaking device is from Perfect Dark.
Right.
So they have to credit Perfect Dark in
That's right.
Melee. It's like, oh, that's funny as shit. So Perfect Dark, I'm excited for it. It's going to come to PC, so I'm not worried about it.
Let me keep going down this list in order of how this particular article is listed on.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Game's going to be fun. The movement looks fun. Being able to dodge and jump and
are they still doing the thing where Infinity Ward makes one of the games, then they alternate?
They alternate. I think this is a Treyarch game
with the Treyarch.
Treyarch and
how is
Raven Studios.
How are the Treyarch games like situated these days with Infinity Ward basically firmly in the Warzone space? Is it more of a campaign situation now? Like, are they just still doing the same thing?
I mean, they do.
Did Black Ops have zombies? I feel like Black Ops is the one that
Black
had
Ops,
zombies.
World at War was the first game that had the zombies, but after that, Black Ops is the game. Is the sub series that's associated with zombies.
Yeah.
So, but I think the game looks fun. I won't buy it. It will be $70. I will not buy that.
Yeah.
But
it'll
I
be on
think it
Game
looks.
Pass.
Huh?
It'll be on Game Pass.
It will be on Game Pass day one, and maybe I'll put $10 down to play it for a month.
Put 30 minutes into it.
Yeah, and then cancel the Game Pass.
Are you gonna buy Perfect Dark day one?
Depends. I need to see it. And then I need to determine where my PC is at when it finally comes out.
Yeah, that's fair. Moving right along. All right, more relevant. Doom: The Dark Ages.
Hell yes. Hell yeah, buying that shit.
Looks tight.
Hell yeah, another modern Doom. Didn't expect that. And then changing the theming from
sci-fi to
fantasy.
To pretty fucking cool.
It's funny as shit because it fucking Doomslayer just looks like himself with the fur cloak and all that. It's like, oh shit, and everyone's like the fucking bone.
It looks unique.
Guns and shit.
It looks fucking cool.
The chain shield.
Got a lot of sauce.
The bladed shield. That game's gonna be fun as shit. And it might be a little bit more grounded for the people that were a little put off by the platforming in Doom Eternal. I liked the platform.
You think they're gonna pull back?
I think they're gonna pull back on that and focus more on hordes of enemies. I think they're gonna on slaughtering as many enemies in front of you as possible, like more of a Serious Sam style than a Doom Eternal style. But they're never gonna go back to Doom 2016. That was like a one of a kind.
Yeah,
it was extreme, but not so extreme to be a comedy game. Right. Whereas Eternal is a fucking comedy game.
Right.
So Dark Ages is a comedy game in the other direction.
Yeah.
Like almost as if Monty Python made a fucking Doom game. Like the organization or whatever.
Honestly, timing is good too with like how popular Elden Ring is sort of captured the grim dark what do you call it? Fucking
high fantasy.
High fantasy.
Yeah. But yeah, Dark Ages, good shit. Good shit. That's good.
How long do you think they've been working on that?
Probably 3 years.
So far, so they started in
basically
2021,
a little after Doom Eternal's DLC came out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Damn, that is really good timing then.
Yeah.
Because that means Elden Ring hadn't even come out yet.
Yep, Elden Ring came out in 2022.
That would have been impossible. So, yeah, good foresight there. Good capitalizing.
Yeah, I can't believe that game exists. That's good shit.
State of Decay 3.
I do not care.
All right, let's move on. Dragon Age: The Veilguard.
Ugly.
It looks pretty ugly.
Ugly fucking game.
It's got fucking like weird mobile game shit. Like the UI is so whack.
There's something about
what happened
that game.
Don't people love Dragon Age games?
Yeah, people love Dragon. I don't know what's up with it. The characters, everything look bad to me. The game is probably fine. The game will probably be fine.
Yeah.
But as it is, I'm a little like put
Turned
off by what they showed of it. And I was never the biggest like Dragon Age fan anyway, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see when that comes out.
Starfield Shattered Space.
That looks like that looks like it should have been.
Yeah.
Starfield in the first place.
Like they came out with the beta and now they're capitalizing on the real game and the real vision.
It looks focused, it looks interesting, it looks unique, it looks crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on with it. They're leaning into the horror aspects. They kind of touched
space horror.
They kind of touched in the main game, which spoilers or otherwise. But
it does look like it's solidifying more of its own identity with this expansion.
Yes, I think there's more curated content coming,
right?
So that when you're playing the game, you feel like you're doing something that has a purpose. Whereas going to planets and just setting up mining facilities.
Which we shouldn't really be too surprised by this, because this is kind of how all of these types of Bethesda games
they're all like this.
Fallout was like this. Fallout had fucking 15 DLC packs.
Fallout has a lot of DLC. Which you talking about, 3 or 4 has like 5.
I'm talking about
DLC.
3 then.
Okay.
I'm talking whichever one has like rows of DLC. And people will put this like 25 rank item list of which ones are good. Which
ones are necessary, Like some of them are just packs of items or let you build a house or something like that. But other ones are major story DLC that take you to a whole new area.
Yeah, they seem pretty varied.
Yeah.
Like some would be like in Alaska and some would be like off in the jungle. And
like fucking Skyrim, what the fuck was the DLC? Was it Dawnguard? I think so.
I mean, in theory, you could say Skyrim's had like 20 years of DLC. Not 20 years. However long it's been out.
2011.
10?
So a little
13
over 10
years?
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to keep track because fucking PS3.
Yeah.
Feels like it was a lifetime ago.
Years ago. But yeah, the DLC in Skyrim specifically added a boss fight that I was like, this is just fucking Ganondorf. And I was that it was cool because it was like a puzzle. And they have things like that all over the place, including, going back to the Morrowind shit and all that and dealing with the Nerun Zagan and stuff like that. But damn, that shit. Yeah, the DLC is where I think they tend to shine with narrative and interesting gameplay mechanics.
They can be more focused because it's like, well, you already have a whole base game.
Yeah,
we can just charge a lower price and give a more condensed experience.
Exactly, and happy with
that. Kind of ironic.
To see that. Not to mention,
ironic that they're these pioneers of like huge open world games, and now that's sort of just like
that's the annoying.
Yeah,
part.
That's the annoying skeleton that has to be there first.
Yeah, consider that they've also updated the shit out of the game too, though. Like it runs at 60 FPS on console now.
Oh shit!
It has
Is that update already out, or is that sort of advertised?
I think that update's out.
Oh, okay.
There's a map. There's a fucking map.
That's pretty nice.
Because I don't
how many weird nerds are going to complain about that?
Stupid. If you complain about the map, that's stupid.
But I don't, immersion.
I don't think anyone is dumb enough to say that them adding a map.
Yeah, I might be making up.
Yeah, this one might be made up because that map, from what I've seen of it, looks like have you played Doom Eternal? I'll say
right? I haven't played Eternal, just 2016.
Okay, well, it's like a 3D. They're 3D maps.
Right.
Like Metroid Prime, which is a little hard to read, but like Doom Eternal and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh fuck, the map is like useful now. Okay, it isn't just this weird topographical map that doesn't tell me shit.
Yeah.
It's a full actual local area map. So yeah, I think I call it Skyrim. I think Starfield is in a much better state, and I honestly think people should probably give it another chance. If they played it initially and bounced off of it, I think it's just a much different game than it was last September.
Yeah.
So
I'll probably give it a try once.
Yeah.
All is said and done.
And even then, when I played it, there were parts I genuinely enjoyed, but there were also parts that I thought were like half done.
Yeah, makes sense.
Specifically, some of the role playing is a little bit. But it's been getting like that with Bethesda games, unfortunately, and I'm not responsible for that, so don't look at me.
Damn. What if you were?
Then if I were
your career would be over.
things would if I had anything to do with the design of the like character interactions and the actual quote unquote role playing mechanics, these games would not come out. These games wouldn't be out yet. Like we'd still be waiting for Skyrim, and people would be fucking mad as shit at me. So,
yeah, I hear you.
Baldur's Gate 3 came out, and that kind of did that for a lot of people. So
yeah, you just have to have the right mix of, I guess, like funding and leadership and approvals and
3 years of easy access to let people play the game to
it's not common.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along. Speaking of Bethesda expansions, Fallout 76, Skyline Valley.
Yeah,
kind of funny for us.
Shit for us, cause like
I've driven down Skyline Valley more than once.
Skyline Valley.
Well, that's the name of the DLC.
That's the name
isn't
of the DLC. Yeah, but
Skyline Drive.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, no, I used to. That used to be a place I would go to like once every 3 or so months.
The Shenandoah.
Yeah. So now it's like seeing that as content in the game, which makes complete sense.
Have you played Fallout 76?
I have not played Fallout 76.
Is this going to get you to play Fallout 76?
Fuck no, it's not going to get me to play
Why not?
Because it's I don't want to play a Fallout game where I have to slowly and deliberately rely on other players for content.
Can't believe you're not supporting your friends.
I support it. Look, when that game was getting started, they were testing network functionality down in the
and that's when you were like, basement. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
I remember looking at one of my coworkers and I just was like, good luck, man.
Peace.
Because as you know, at that point in time, it's like, oh shit, like this stuff is already jank enough. What are we gonna do with networking? Like network situation.
Is Fallout 76 when I literally know so little about
go
it.
ahead.
My perception is that it's an MMO. Is it not really an MMO?
Pseudo MMO.
Is it like Death Stranding?
Think of it more like a survival game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like it leans more to survival game than RPG.
So is it real time? You're interacting with other people?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I see.
It used to be that there were no NPCs other than a few robots.
Damn.
That
must have felt fucking lonely as shit.
The intent initially, was for the players to be the NPCs, basically. Like, if you need to buy something, then this player is going to basically be a shopkeeper himself.
That sounds pretty miserable.
Blah, blah, blah. But it's not like that anymore. Like, quest givers there's real characters, quest givers, shit like that. So, the game is a lot different than it was when it came out. Granted, I'm not about to hop in to find out.
Yeah.
But considering that it's been around for long enough, and a lot of the people that play it are really dedicated players. So, and as far as I know, they're willing to help.
You kind of have to be.
Yeah.
All right, now for one that I personally was probably the one that made my eyebrows raise the most.
Go ahead.
I bet you can probably guess what it is. Claire Obscure. Expedition 33.
Expedition 33. Yeah.
This game looks fucking tight.
Yeah, game looks cool.
This
shit.
Game looks really fucking cool. Yeah. I'm impressed as shit that it's by a Western studio.
Western
I think
developer.
They're French. It's their first fucking game.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sure it's not the first individual people's games, but first as Sandfall Interactive is their studio name.
Yeah, as their collective name. Yeah.
But damn, it looked cool. It looked like what fucking Final Fantasy probably should have done in the last like 10 years.
Yeah,
like, I'll be honest, I had no idea what I was watching, but as soon as there was a meme going around and it was so fucking true, where it was like, oh, pseudo realistic, kind of toned down color palette. Kind of the same shit we've been seeing, and everybody's leaned back. And then as soon as they showed the UI and it's turn-based,
it was the UI.
Everybody leans forward. It's like, oh my god, a turn-based game? Not a fucking survival crafting game?
Yeah.
Not a fucking 6-person hero shooter game?
Oh my god.
Not a fucking, Dark Souls wannabe?
Yeah, for real, man. Like, not a Souls-like. And
it looks so good.
It's an RPG, turn-based combat.
Action elements.
Action commands, yeah.
It's like a modern AAA version of like a Paper Mario RPG situation where it like does this little, as you select your attack, you have to do like a thing.
Yeah.
Whether it was like an aiming with like a gun or fucking like doing attacks with a sword or like dodging.
It reminds me of Shadow Hearts.
I never played Shadow Hearts.
So Shadow Hearts have a combat system where you get like a wheel that shows up and you have to like hit the button on the particular parts of the wheel to get your max damage and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I was thinking of when I would see the commands.
Yeah, like an evolution of that.
Yeah. Plus, slowly playing Xenoblade 2 right now.
Yeah.
It kind of made me think of the commands you do when you do the specials and that too.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, no, that game looks fun. That game looks cool.
Really cool.
Genuinely cool.
I didn't realize that there was this much room to innovate in a turn-based RPG.
Yeah. I mean, what it took was people that aren't making that all the time.
Right.
And people that aren't so reverent to a certain 16-bit or PlayStation style.
Yeah,
of it,
people
you know what I mean?
behold them.
Yeah.
Behold Square Enix to either classic turn-based, like 2D Final Fantasy that they're used to, or action games, I guess, or whatever it is. Like there's standards that people hold up to them that they think they have to meet. And then so people coming in from the side,
like flanking it, and being like,
just
"Hey, wait a
like,
minute,
new shit,
try this out."
Yeah,
and
art direction looks great.
Yeah, like the trailer knew what it was. They knew what they were doing.
It was a very
kind of hanging.
We were just talking about what makes a good trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
It did exactly.
Yeah, it did it.
Whereas all the other trailers feel like they're almost doing the opposite.
Yeah.
They show the gameplay and it's a fucking letdown compared to what they were showing.
Yeah.
They paced it and they knew exactly what they were setting up for the punchline.
It's like
good shit.
This is for this part of the audience that has been waiting for something like this for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, even Zach was like, "Oh, I'm fucking in instantly."
Yeah.
So, but okay, good looking fucking game.
Yeah. South of Midnight
looks good.
I don't know what this is.
I'm
looking at the
it's what I think it is. It looks
like it's got a Marlboro cigarette.
Wait, is this what I was thinking of? Let me see it. I gotta see it again. There's a couple of games that have names like this.
Yeah,
and I can't remember.
A little bit fucked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, this is what I thought it was. Yeah. This looks good. I like the art style, so I'm gonna have to wait to see how I feel. It's like an action game kind of deal.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, and all
the art style is interesting. It's almost stop motiony.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that's cool. I didn't see this one.
A lot of games coming that have the fucking into the like Spider-Verse style,
half the frame rate intentionally.
Half the frame rate of the characters, but or all the characters have their different frame rate of animation, but the camera moves at a standard frame rate, so that they go out of they're out of sync a little bit and they look good or look interesting.
Another World of Warcraft expansion.
Cool. I don't play it.
Good for y'all that play it still. Moving right along. Metal Gear Solid Delta.
Metal Gear Solid Delta looks like it's going to be fun. I think I said before that the game is clearly made like on a different planet than the original game.
Of course.
But it's very much like UE, Unreal Engine.
UE.
UE. I was gonna say UE5, but Unreal Engine
default.
Hire this man, hire fans kind of
thing. Oh
yeah.
Like uncanny. I also got a bit of an uncanny feeling to it.
But I also don't dislike it because there's really no other way this would get made.
Right.
So and the original game just got re-released again, so it's not like that's being deleted either.
That I do feel like they're very intentionally just being like, guys, whoa.
Yeah.
Wait.
Have you
like
watched,
that kind of a thing?
Yeah. Have you watched either of those little Metal Gear Solid Legacy things that they have David Hayter doing? The second one, I forget what the guy's name, but one of the directors of the game or whatever, straight up says, we're kind of making these to kind of wet our
it's a palate cleanser
to whet your appetite for what we might be doing later, and we'll let you decide if if this is the right team to continue.
See, that kind of mentality feels like a fucking losing mentality with Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid needs a confident ass motherfucker to come in and take it in probably a new direction.
So what I'm imagining really is that they're just going to keep the games as they are alive. I don't
just remake all.
I don't think there's an intent to
make a new game.
I think the whole series is closed. Like it literally makes a circle around itself. Yeah. Trying to make new games out of that without the original creator is just a bad move. It's a bad idea.
For sure.
Unless you just make something that's called Metal Gear but has nothing to do with Metal Gear.
Right.
But
like Metal Gear Survive.
Well, It does. It actually does have something to do with 5.
Right. I mean, doesn't it take place after 4?
Well, no, it takes Survive.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what happens in Survive?
Just tell me what happens in Survive.
Okay. So in 5, have you seen those little like zombie looking guys?
Yes.
You have not the parasite guys.
No, yeah. No, I have. Wait, what?
Huh?
Parasite guys.
I
had to escape, and they were like,
not them.
oh, then no, I haven't.
No, you haven't.
All right, let's just drop it.
Okay. All right.
Regardless.
Yeah, but
Kojima was not involved
5,
in Survive, so they made another game in the same universe.
Yeah, they made another game in
It fell fucking flat. It seems like.
Yeah, I mean,
it had like nobody talking about it.
Right,
it was a weird game.
It was a weird game built on the same engine, but they changed the controls, and it was weird as shit. I didn't like that. It was a survival game. What's the point? I didn't want that.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, I guess if they just remake all the games,
yeah,
it's fine. It's like another take.
Another
take on the classics.
All
so
they
to
have
speak.
to do is RE remake this shit.
Right, that seems like what they're doing.
Exactly. Like you don't need to have a new game interspersed. Just Delta.
So while we're talking about that, and I know that we clown on all the people that complain about like new updated models and shit.
Yeah.
I think the boss looks fucking weird. I think the boss looks really fucking weird. It's like there was the one person that they actually recast for some reason and like remodeled her.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look like the same person.
I think I need to see more of her to understand what
they're going for.
If that model can convey the same everything that in-game character model can convey the same everything that the original one did. Because this one looks a little less tough.
Right.
I guess. But she also looks sadder.
It's a tough fucking job to do because it's probably the most nuanced character in that game.
Yeah.
So many fucking layers to what that character's going through at any given point.
Yeah.
It's I'm questioning it for now, but yeah.
Yeah.
Remains to be said.
Like in my opinion, this is going to be like an RE4 situation.
Yeah.
Where the original game is
not replaced.
It's unreplaceable.
Right.
So this other thing is just a new game with the same name.
Yeah. Hence, well, I think that's why they called it that.
Yeah, exactly.
Delta, it's just like it's going to be different.
Yeah, and
like,
Delta
doesn't replace it.
Yeah,
it's not a remake. They're not even calling it remake.
They're not calling it remake. It's
different,
just Delta.
Different Metal Gear Solid 3.
Exactly, and I assume the other games are going to have different names, like
weird
Sigma, Omega,
names.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd
you look at me like that?
I thought you said something else.
No. Okay.
A lot of other just like updates to games. Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn.
Funny.
Another Souls-like.
I dislike the name. Just because when I think of Flintlock, I think of that image of fucking Bugs Bunny holding my Flintlock pistol saying, I gotta go back to the
exploding
old
on his
me.
ass.
Yeah. But yeah, no, whatever. Game's gonna be fine.
Age of Mythology Retold.
Cool.
People were excited about.
Cool. I'm not really worried about it. I'm not very good at real-time strategy games as it is.
Yeah.
So I'm not about to pick that up.
Diablo 4 expansion.
Cool. Great.
Yeah.
Glad they're following through. I know
this
people
one
kind of like that game now, so
yeah, people are finally doing the turnaround like they did with 3.
Exactly.
So I don't know why they can't get their act together.
I don't know why they can't get
it's
it right
weird.
on the first shot, especially after 3, especially after 2.
Yeah, weird.
But,
Fable 4.
Not
or
called
just
Fable 4. It's just Fable.
Is it a remake of Fable?
It's not a remake.
It's a
it's a reboot. That's what a lot of these are. It's a new game. It's
the 4th game in the Fable franchise.
Yeah. It's got I think that game is going to be pretty decent.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah. If they lean into the comedy without it becoming stupid and annoying,
right?
Then they're fine. They're good.
It did look like they were trying to do like the whole D&D movie situation.
Yeah.
Which like great movie.
Yeah.
Like, it rode that line perfectly. So hopefully they can recapture that magic because that's clearly what they're going for. Frag Punk. What is this? 5v5 shooter combat?
Oh yeah, is that the game with the cards?
Maybe. I don't know.
If it's the game I'm thinking of, then even though it's a fucking hero shooter, which we don't need more of, it has this. Is it like a deck building mechanic or something like that? But either way, you can draw cards that will affect the rules and shit. And it reminded me of the law system in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
Right.
But putting it in the context of a 5v5 shooter.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, this might be worth a try just to see.
It's an interesting idea, at least. Indiana Jones.
The game's gonna be fucking good as shit.
Tell me about it.
Tell you about? Did you not see
no, I didn't see it. Talk to me about it.
Oh, fucking! Well, you have the visuals look great. It's from the people that have made the modern Wolfenstein games, i.e., Machine Games, and
right.
Haha, I worked with them once. They are very good at their jobs. They're very good at making a consistent experience, despite Youngblood being a little fucked up. But they are making a game. They're basically making another Wolfenstein game, but instead of BJ Blazkowicz and Nazis, you're Indiana Jones and Nazis. But Indiana Jones funny. And any other adversary. But they have first-person whip gameplay, so you can. That
is cool.
That's cool. You have. It looks like there's going to be some puzzle solving. It looks like there's going to be a little bit more than just shoot, fight. And right. I think they have the right mentality with this game, where it's like Indiana Jones, as you understand him, not old, not too young, not Shia LaBeouf, not any of that, and it's just going to be a fucking solidly made game. It probably has a relatively medium length campaign, like 10 hours, played a few times, and have it as part of the collection. I think it's going to be a very solid fucking game. The only issue I can think of it is,
You got me excited for it.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of as being an issue for it is if it's the pacing is off. But I don't think they're gonna fuck that up.
Yeah.
So.
Avowed.
I don't remember much.
Avowed looks pretty good. It's the first-person fantasy game.
Oh yeah.
By Obsidian.
Yeah.
Who did Pillars of Eternity.
Yeah.
1 and 2. They did Outer Worlds.
Yeah, they did Fallout New Vegas.
Fallout New Vegas originally.
Yeah.
And also KOTOR 2 was their first game.
It's crazy that company is now under the same roof as Bethesda, despite what they did to them.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, nah.
It looks good. Looks creative. Yeah. Looks like a nice take on the whole first person kind of Skyrim-esque situation, but like a new flavor of it.
Yeah.
And it's the right sort of team to do it. So good shit. Gears of War.
Gears of War E-Day. Stupid name.
But do you expect anything less?
No. And honestly didn't anticipate a prequel.
Yeah.
Like a prequel that deep. But it's an opportunity to have Marcus Phoenix back in the driver's seat, not be an old man, I guess.
Right.
Reintroduce the character, and
which one was the one that sucked ass?
What, when we played it?
Yeah.
Fucking look. People like Gears 5, but
is that the most recent one?
Yeah, but that co-op was dog shit. So look, it said 3-player co-op. Fine. What they didn't say was one of the players gets to play as this little shitty robot that can't do anything. And it was like, why? What's the point? We want to all be
running and gunning.
Tree trunk men shooting at fucking bug men. What's up? And like the game was fine. The game was fun, but we just couldn't finish it because somebody had to. It's basically somebody had to hold the fucking. Yeah, someone had to hold the bucket as if we were playing or hold the chalice like in Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
That's really funny.
It's like we couldn't pass it. The only way we could is close the game. Well, not close the game, but end the session and change the player orientation. It's like, man,
holy shit, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
So that was tiring, but I did try some of the multiplayer and it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I don't know why I even did that. Like, what possessed me to try that multiplayer? But it was fine.
So it'll probably be competent, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, like I said, people love Gears 5 actually.
Right.
And it's called Gears 5, which is funny. Not Gears of War 5.
Flight Simulator 2024.
Cool. I'm glad there's more. I can't say much about it. I'm probably not gonna be able
learn
to
how to fly
PC.
a plane in real life.
I should, but my ear doesn't work. So
good. That's what the Firefest people did.
But the Firefest people are. Well, I'm not talk about that.
They made theirs.
Ja Rule flying planes. Yeah.
They got their change. Life is Strange double exposure.
That's cool, and I want to play the other games. I've wanted to try them because I like that style of game anyway.
What style?
The like.
How would you describe it?
The fucking kind of visual novelty, but still an adventure game. Like they're kind of like the like Monkey Island kind of games, and I've watched them get played. but I've not touched them myself, and I want to see what's up with all that. Plus, the new one's coming out on Switch too, so I'll just Switch as well, not Switch number 2.
Well, probably both.
Probably both. So, like, at some point, I'm sure everything's going to be together, and I can just have it on a little portable that I can play wherever. But
and
cool.
A game that looked along the same lines, but is a new thing. Mixtape. Did you see this?
Mixtape. Yeah. It's about the animation kids. And yeah. I don't know about playing a game about being a teenager. Like,
there's a lot of licensed music.
It's I think it looks cool. I think it looks nice.
It's a tough time to be alive and to try to be licensing music in games. I'll be honest.
I want to see more of it because it looks good.
And then a lot of other gameplay trailers have already announced games. Probably the most notable one remaining here is Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed caught me by surprise. The combat looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about everybody complaining about the fact that there's no white men that you can play as?
Stupid. Is that what they're complaining about?
I'm pretty sure that's what they're complaining about.
I think the problem is that it's a black man.
Or an Asian girl.
Yeah.
Because you can play as either of them.
Yeah. It's like, the black man in Japan. I'm like, fuck off, bitch.
Pretty fucking lame.
Bitch. But yeah, no, I saw the gameplay of the ninja, the female character. And I like I said, I thought it was Tenchu.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh fuck, this is kind of like. And then she did the Assassin's Creed dive.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I see what they're doing here.
Yeah, but the game actually looks good, but it's Ubisoft, so
you can play it. You can touch it.
We'll see.
Speaking of Ubisoft, they did have their showcase.
Yeah, they did have a showcase.
They did not announce the release date for Beyond Good and Evil 2 or the Anniversary Edition.
No anniversary version.
But
Prince of Persia game's getting more content.
Real.
Yeah, like Prince of Persia.
Oh, Lost Crown.
Lost Crown getting its content.
And the roguelike came out.
Yeah, the roguelike came out, and then they properly re-announced Prince of Persia
Sands of Time
remake,
which is properly getting fucking clowned on for how long that one's been rumored to be in development.
That one was supposed to come out in 2021.
Fucking PS2 remake. It's tough.
At this point,
it's tough.
It's been so long that it has to either be exactly the PS2 game with
or something completely fucking mind-blowingly new.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I will say that game is fucking rough to get running on Steam right now.
Yeah, I've watched.
It's very fucked up.
It's crazy to me that game, the original version of the game, the original version of that trilogy, that 3D game trilogy, hasn't come out on modern shit.
I'll tell you why. Because it's fucking weird. I actually got it. I got it running. I spent the time like munging through YouTube videos
to make it work on your Steam Deck.
To make it work on the Steam Deck. Yeah. Multiple fucking config file line item changes, multiple fucking mods and patches and bullshit. And I got it working, and I was playing. I was like, "Holy shit! This game is like before they knew what to do with 3D action games."
Yeah,
it's so weird. Just like the way that you attack with like the sticks and the movement. And it's just like a strange experience.
It's very like every attack feels like you're kind of floating around.
It's really it doesn't even feel like an action game. Yeah. It feels like almost like a weird rhythm game-esque situation.
It feels like imagine Devil May Cry where the combat was de-emphasized and the platform running on walls from DMC2 was emphasized specifically.
I didn't play 2.
Don't play 2.
No, I've
2
heard
sucks my balls and ass. But yeah.
So I think that's why. It's because it's like, one, it's probably hard as shit to get running on modern consoles in like in a packaged, mass-produced way at least.
Yeah.
And 2, it's probably not fucking worth it because like as soon as people touch it, they're gonna be like, oh, this is not what I remembered because what I remembered conveniently glosses over the weird details of like the individual button presses and shit. Well, all they remember is like the funny wall running and like, it looking cool. And that's not what they're gonna get if they just touch the original game.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's honestly the same thing Nintendo had with Thousand Year Door. They're like, oh, this game is actually really fucking weird the way that it came out originally, and nobody remembers that.
Yeah, people remember exactly what they remember.
People remember what the remake is now. That's how people remember it.
As the way the remake is now, that's the way they probably imagine.
Exactly. That's the nostalgia.
Yeah. So,
but I will say Ubisoft showed a full breakdown of the gameplay of Star Wars Outlaws, and I thought that looked pretty fun.
Oh yeah, it's still Ubisoft.
I thought it looked pretty fun. I'll say, here's the thing about the Ubisoft formula.
You keep saying Ubisoft. You know it's Ubisoft, right?
I'm gonna say Ubisoft.
Like the U, it's like ubiquitous. They say Ubi.
Ubi.
They say Ubi. They don't say
Ubi.
Ubi.
I'm gonna say Ubi.
All right, say Ubi. Whatever.
Semper Ubi Sububi.
Go ahead.
So here's the thing about the Ubisoft formula.
There you go.
People don't like it because they reuse the same shit and it gets repetitive, and they put it in fucking open world games that have 120 hours of content.
Yeah. Yep.
But if you cut it down to its core, the formula and the gameplay itself in a vacuum is aight. Like, I don't think people ever say that it's like, oh, this actually plays actively like shit, or that, you know, there's no fun or sauce here.
Yeah,
it's not that. That's not the issue.
The usual issue is that there's too much busy work.
There's too much of it. There's too much fucking fluff. It's diluted.
To get to the next thing, it takes too much of repeating.
It seems like
shit.
They fixed that issue in Star Wars Outlaw to some degree with two things. One, there's a shit ton of variety and gameplay mechanics and systems at play, which seems interesting. Yeah, you're on a ship, you're walking around, you're doing the mini games, you're playing in a fucking arcade, you're now getting into your fucking big ass starship, you're shooting other ships, you're defending your ship. Now you're fucking traveling. Yeah, you're going down onto the planet. Now you're getting on a fucking vehicle. You're talking to people at the cantina. You're looking through your quest log. Now you're exploring the planet a little bit, but it doesn't seem too open because it's got all these canyons. So it seems like, you know, you follow one of a couple routes. You get to the place. Now we're into the fucking gun shooting and the gunslinging. You do the thing. You do the scenario. You talk to the people. You have a little bit of the role playing, and then you go back. So it's like that one loop has kind of a lot going on. And they said that the game is probably going to be about a 30-hour experience. About a 30-hour
game, which
is
good
like
news.
Very fucking good news.
That's good news, yeah.
And they're like, oh, even if you want to platinum it, it's probably going to be about 60 hours, which is like
perfect.
That's
great.
perfect.
Genuinely
like
fine.
If that's actually what they achieve, and all of the systems are like fun to engage with. Yeah. They've got a very solid game on their hands. And it's in Star Wars. Like, who doesn't like the flavor of Star Wars, regardless of the actual media coming out recently?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll need to see it, but I think it'll probably be fine. It'll probably be one of the better Ubisoft games, as long as they don't guff it up with Ubisoftism.
Right.
If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't mean like gameplay. I mean like outside of that. Like
with their weird politics and people
logging in and but yeah. So cool.
So yeah.
Here
we are.
Over. No.
Rumored Switch Direct probably next week.
Yeah,
next time we record,
the 18th maybe.
Yeah,
based on
Among Us.
An Among Us trailer that got uploaded preemptively.
Yeah, they uploaded a trailer and like, oh, update launching now on the 18th, and they're like, wait, that's not right. And then they delisted. Yeah. And someone's like, well, there's only one studio left.
Yeah, there's only one big presentation left. Exactly.
So we'll see. You know, next time we record, it's only 5 days from now. Yeah. Oh, last shout out. Kingdom Hearts came out on Steam today.
Kingdom Hearts did come out on Steam today. And it works on Steam Dilly Dong, and it has...
Here's the interesting thing about that. I can't remember any time a Japanese publisher has actively used the Steam Deck to advertise their game launch. They posted like 6 hours ago, or 6 hours before launch, of pictures of the Steam Deck and Kingdom Hearts running on it. And they're like launching... on Steam Deck, fully
There's a game
verified.
That absolutely did that. I cannot remember which one it was. There's a Japanese
game. Is it like a major
that,
Japanese?
Yes. Okay. Yes, absolutely.
It's uncommon, though.
Steam Deck.
It's catching on.
It'll be on Steam Deck. It'll work on. It was a Capcom game, I think.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Maybe Monster Hunter Rise or something.
No, it wasn't Monster Hunter Rise. Oh, I'm stupid.
I don't think Steam Deck was even out when Monster Hunter Rise came to PC.
I'm a dumbass anyway. I'm wrong. It wasn't. This was when they released it on Steam. It was Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh.
They had a lot, like a big whole thing about
Steam Deck thing.
This is Steam Deck, yeah.
That's interesting because I feel like it's actually not even that good on Steam Deck.
Yeah, exactly. It's got issues on
Kingdom
Steam
Hearts,
Deck.
Fortunately, even with like the slightly up-res textures, is like gets up to 90, fully locked 60, like plays perfectly.
Those Kingdom Hearts games should be on fucking Switch locally. I'm gonna say it again.
They're not.
Yeah, they're
Cloud
not.
Only.
So you got to play it on Steam Deck. Yeah, which is fine. Whatever. But look, one more presentation left for the season, and I think Microsoft so far has the one that's been the most interesting to me. PlayStation was boring as fuck. Summer Games Fest was whatever to me. But we'll see what Nintendo has. If this is really the end of the modern Switch, of the current Switch, I should say, then maybe they have a last hurrah. Maybe they have games that can say for sure will be compatible with the next machine or also released on the next machine without naming it.
Yeah.
Because they said they weren't going to reveal what it was. They were just going to say, that's not preventing them from saying this game is going to be available in perpetuity for these machines. Maybe we'll see Metroid Prime 4. Maybe. And my expectation is we're going to get a bunch of surprises for shit.
I would really like to see Prime 2 remaster.
Yeah.
I would really.
Give me the remasters.
Man, after Prime 1 and Thousand Year Door remake, I'm like, I need more GameCube remasters.
Yeah.
I need them to give this kind of flair and style and treatment to a lot of other games.
Yeah.
Honestly, would have liked to see it for Mario Sunshine even, but we're never going to get that.
Yeah, Mario Sunshine has its own series of problems. That means they're probably never interested in doing that. And people want to see that with Mario 64, but part of the charm of 64 is it being what it is.
And frankly, they already kind of did that with 64 DS.
Yeah.
Which I'm using as a point to say why they'll never do it again with a Mario 3D game.
You're right. I could see Galaxy 1 and 2 getting the treatment despite Galaxy 1 being re-released.
1 and 2 I think should get a combined
and making them
Switch release.
Like new games would be really cool.
Yeah.
Pikmin 1 and 2 came out. Pikmin 3 is Pikmin 3. Pikmin 4 is Pikmin 4.
We got Pikmin 1 and 2 recently. Yeah. Like, let's keep the ball rolling. Bring the Luigi's Mansion 1 remaster that went on fucking 3DS. Bring that to fucking Switch. Not 2.
Luigi's Mansion should have been released as 1 and 2, not just 2 on.
It hurts. That one hurt pretty bad.
And what else?
Custom Robo.
Sure,
give me a custom Robo game.
It's so
long since we got a custom Robo game.
I know Nintendo doesn't really have much hand in this, but it'd be nice to see Eternal Darkness again, the original game.
Yeah, that's true.
On a modern machine. I don't know. They have to redo the
Amazing Island.
Okay, I don't need Amazing Island, but yeah, there's a bunch of games from that particular generation where the gameplay has aged perfectly fine.
Right.
Just visually, they need to be bumped up just so you can, so it doesn't look so empty on a modern screen,
on a big 16:9 screen.
Exactly. So
yeah. All right. Any Higher Fans?
Not today. We'll have another one soon.
I'll do a Higher Fans to the team that are keeping the Kingdom Hearts randomizer going on PC.
Oh, there you go.
They had to get it working for the EGS release, which they did.
Yeah.
And then they got to work it, and then the Steam release fucking broke it again. And they're like, we don't have an ETA yet. Sorry, guys. But I'm sure they'll get it working.
Yeah.
It's good shit. It's a really good game to have a randomizer on.
It's crazy that they got a randomizer working for it in the first place. That's not a.
It is really weird. It is really
trivial thing to sequence that game in a way that you can't. They can do things, have things set out of order.
Yeah.
And be able to just kind of do them.
Honestly, it's because the game is to a degree designed around the ability of doing a level 1 run.
Oh.
Like they add EXP0 to every single final mix.
I didn't realize that. Yeah. Okay.
Like I don't know if it's an expectation, but there's at least like acknowledgement that this is a thing that people do. Yeah. So. Like they build in a ability for you to not get any experience. You don't have to fuck around and like do the thing in most Final Fantasy games where you make all your party members die or whatever.
Yeah.
There's like a thing where it's like, oh yeah, you want to do a level 1 run? Here you go.
Here you go. The tool is here for you.
So I think with that, it was also almost tacit acknowledgement, at least from the fans' perspective, that it could be randomized.
Like that.
It's just like, let's just fuck it all up.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Fuck
it. Chop and screw it.
Yeah. But,
all right.
I'm gonna admit to you, I'm tired. So let's cut.
Let's do it.
Let's cut it.
All right. If you like this shit, give us a like, comment, subscribe. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Podbean, and YouTube. Give us an email at thememoryleaguepodcast@gmail.com. And until next time, gamers, Perfect Dark.
I'm gonna play the original Perfect Dark again tonight or something. I don't know.
On Switch Online when it comes out.
Maybe I'll just wait and see.
Wait 5 days.
Yeah, let me wait and see if they put it out on that. And then
All right.
All right. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.